Good evening. The wife of the Sarawak Governor, Puan Datuk Patinggi Fauziah Muhammad Sanusi, graced the Sarawak Bubur Pedas Festival on Saturday at the Sarawak Women's Association Cooperative Koperwanis building in Metro City, Matang. This year's event was specifically designed to champion local heritage and entrepreneurship, featuring a variety of activities, including a competition for preparing bumbu, the essential spice paste for the dish, and a creative cooking contest highlighting the paste as a primary ingredient. Upon her arrival, Puan Datuk Patinggi Fauziah was accompanied by Minister for Women, Early Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development, Datuk Sri Fatima Abdullah. To mark the official opening of the festival, both dignitaries participated in a symbolic cooking session, preparing a traditional pot of bubur pedas together. In an interview with reporters, Kopawani's chairwoman, Norjana Razali, emphasized that the festival aims to do more than just preserve time-honored recipes. It seeks to create a space for gastronomic innovation. By modernizing the approach to traditional cuisine, the cooperative hopes to commercialize the spice paste and introduce it to a much broader market. The competition itself saw a high level of engagement with entries from all 5 branches of the Sarawak Women's Federation, PPWS, across the state.
Kita dah kenal pasti siapa yang pemenang antara yang peserta memproses membuat bumbu ni, dan ia akan dijadikan sebagai produk Sarawak. Produk negeri Sarawak is traditional, kita harus angkat dan martabatkan bubur pedas, tetapi bumbu itu sendiri sebagai produk, we are trying to do it to make it as a signature product of Sarawak. So sebab itulah kita memang kuat hati nak membuat ni dan mengapasti, dan ia akan nanti menjadi pengeluaran Koperwanis.
The Sarawak Deputy Premier and Chairman of the Sarawak State Disaster Management Committee, SDMC, Datuk Amar Douglas Uggah went on the ground to visit several temporary evacuation centres, PPS, in the Serian division to assess the situation and the welfare of flood victims following continuous heavy rain since Thursday. The visit on Friday involved the PPS at Taman Duranda Emas Hall in Siburan and the PPS at Sekolah Kebangsaan SK Tanah Merah, also in Siburan. It is understood that at the Taman Duranda Emas Hall PPS alone, a total of 188 victims from 48 families were evacuated after water levels rose suddenly as early as 3 a.m. today. According to Dato' Amar Douglas Uggah, the current flood incident is regarded as one of the worst and occurred beyond expectations, particularly in the Serian area. To date, 8 PPS have been opened in the Serian division, namely at the Balai Raya Kampung Betong Kenawit, SK Tanah Merah, Kampung Sungai Turong, Dewan Serbaguna Kampung Lintang Baru, Dewan Taman Duranda Emas, SK St. Peter Simpok, Dewan Serbaguna Kampung Kerumboy, Dewan Kampung Riba Padi, as well as Dewan Sri Totnan in Kampung Seniawan Jepun. He explained that Dewan Taman Duranda Emas is not an official PPS but had to be used as an immediate measure due to the lack of suitable alternative location. This situation resulted in some initial constraints involving basic facilities such as toilets and water supply. However, these issues were successfully addressed with the assistance of the local authorities. Touching on public health aspects, Dato' Amar Douglas Uggah said preventive measures have also been intensified, including health screenings by medical personnel to prevent the spread of infectious diseases such as fever, as well as the implementation of fogging operations to prevent dengue outbreaks. The Sarawak Secretary, Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar Mazuki, conducted a field visit to the Dewan Mesra Simunjan PPS on Saturday to oversee operational management and assess the welfare of residents displaced by the persistent heavy rainfall that has affected the district. During the visit, Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar received a detailed briefing on the current flood situation, the total number of victims affected, and the strategic measures implemented by the District Disaster Management Committee to ensure the safety and comfort of those seeking shelter. While at the center, he took the time to meet with the victims and express his sincere gratitude to the various security and rescue agencies involved in the evacuation and management of the facility. He emphasized that the Sarawak government remains steadfast in its commitment to the people's welfare, particularly during natural disasters. He assured the public that the government is prioritizing the provision of essential supplies and maintaining continuous monitoring of the situation on the ground. Meanwhile, Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar also conducted a site visit to the Gedong Community Hall PPS on Saturday to assess conditions on the ground and review the management and preparedness of flood relief operations, accompanied by Batang Sadong Member of Parliament Rodia Sapii. During the visit, Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar and Rodia took the opportunity to engage with affected families and convey their appreciation to all security agencies and rescue teams involved in evacuation efforts and the operation of the PPS. As of 11 a.m., a total of 21 flood victims from 5 households are currently sheltering at the PPS following flooding in the Gedong area. Islamic agencies in Sarawak were urged to continuously adapt to change by strengthening leadership mindset, service relevance, and institutional capability. This was highlighted during the Majlis Bersama Setiausaha Kerajaan Sarawak held at the Sarawak Islamic Complex in Kuching on Friday. Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar, who attended the program, said public servants must be prepared to face rapid changes in societal expectations and public service delivery. He stressed the importance of adopting the revisit, rethink, and recharge 3R approach as a continuous practice in daily operations and leadership development.
Maksudnya, revisit, kita sentiasa menilai diri kita. Rethink, kita sentiasa memikirkan apakah perkara-perkara baru yang perlu kita laksanakan. Setelah kita menilai kelemahan kita, kekurangan kita dan sebagainya, kita fikir apakah cara-cara untuk kita meningkatkan diri kita. Dan recharge, kita tingkatkan diri kita, kebolehan kita. Jangan kita hanya pandai dalam satu bidang saja. Kita hendaklah, bak kata Premier, kita jangan jago kampung saja. Kita hendaklah global. Dan pada masa yang sama, pastikan bahawa kita khususnya rakan-rakan kita yang telah diberi amanah untuk apa saja tanggungjawab yang diberikan, pastikan bahawa kita laksanakan dia dengan penuh integriti.
Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar noted that the public service landscape has evolved significantly with changing demographics and expectations among younger generations entering the workforce.
Itu juga dengan cara kita bekerja dulu. Tahun 70-an, 80-an dulu. Dah sama lagi dengan itu. Saya selalu mengingatkan dengan CDO. Cara 70-an dulu bekerja lain. Duduk kedai kopi, minum. Dulu ni ada orang tahu reti halal haram. Saya ada orang tahu. Ni ada jabatan penguatkuasaan agama Islam saya. Bahkan saya masih ingat di kampung-kampung dulu, dalam kampung even orang Islam pun, waktu hari raya akan hidang minuman keras. Biasa ya. Tapi kesedarannya berubah. Kesedaran meningkat. Dari semasa berlaku perubahan dan sebagainya, kesedaran itu mula meningkat dan kita makin sedar dan cara kita berdepan dengan perubahan itu pun berbeza.
He also emphasized the importance of teamwork across all levels of the public service, calling for a strong one-team culture that transcends rank and departmental boundaries. Sarawak Civil Service must continue to operate in a lean and efficient manner without unnecessary expansion of its workforce, in line with efforts to strengthen governance and service delivery across government agencies. Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar stressed that any improvements or restructuring within government agencies must prioritize efficiency and productivity rather than increasing staff numbers. According to him, while agencies may face growing responsibilities, this should not automatically translate into requests for additional personnel, as the civil service must adapt through improved systems and work practices.
Satu juga yang sedang kita tekankan dalam perkhidmatan awam sekarang ialah lean service. Maksud di sini ialah apapun peningkatan yang hendak kita buat dalam sesebuah agensi, apapun penstrukturan yang kita hendak buat dalam sebuah organisasi, kita hendaklah pastikan bahawa kita kekal tidak menambahkan anggota perkhidmatan awam kita. Saya menerima banyak permohonan daripada jabatan-jabatan kerajaan untuk nambah staf. Sebab tanggungjawab bertambah. Saya madah? No. Sebab saya percaya bahawa perkhidmatan awam adalah bergerak lean. Maksudnya slim lah. Berkatan biasalah slim lah. Jangan obes lah. Jangan obes lah. Dalam bergerak. Sebab bila kita obes kita susah, kita nak berikut, nak apa nak adalah slim. Semestinya bila kita dah beri tanggungjawab lebih besar, tambah staff. Beli tanggungjawab lebih besar, tambah staff. Bukan. That is not the way we should work.
He explained that excessive expansion could hinder the ability of government institutions to remain agile and responsive to changing demands and expectations. He also highlighted outsourcing as one of the approaches to reduce the operational burden on government agencies, particularly for non-core functions.
So inilah hala tuju kita dalam perkhidmatan awam, dan pada masa yang sama kita juga sedang pastikan juga bahawa outsourcing ini juga merupakan salah satu hala tuju kita untuk mengkecilkan perkhidmatan awam kita. Outsourcing maksudnya saya ambil contoh dalam JKR misalnya, saya selalu mengingatkan bahawa mana perkara-perkara yang kecil tu tak perlulah JKR buat, nak tukar api, nak tukar lampu dan sebagainya. Kita outsource saja kepada agensi-agensi yang berkaitan. Inilah hala tuju kita dalam perkhidmatan awam.
At the same time, he reminded civil servants that the trust placed in them by the state's leadership carries a responsibility to uphold integrity, accountability, and professionalism. And that's the English edition with me, Nicholas Zechariah Boni. More news can be found in our official portal, ucas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. We run up tonight's UCAS Bulletin with displays from the Majlis Bersama Setiausaha Kerajaan Sarawak at the Sarawak Islamic Complex in Kuching on Friday. #StelRunInfo, masih rakyat. Have a good night.